just about done here?
Yeah, just about. What's up?
I think we should head out before the rest of the team and get some shots in. See that ball go through the net. Boost that confidence a little bit.
Man, the way I've been shooting the rock, I can use all the confidence I can get. Let's do it.
See you out there. Great work. How do you feel?
I feel like I'm going to have a big game.
That's the confidence we've been looking for. Trust your stroke. Take shots when you get good looks. Let it fly.
Hey, I'm going to let it fly, Coach.
Good Friday night to you, sports fans. You've come to the right place. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by... Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter.
Now, Portland, Oregon is a very different kind of NBA town. A popular motto around here is keep Portland weird. So a sort of counterculture that the fans, the citizens of Portland embrace. But it's a one-team town, and fans have always shown incredible support for their beloved Blazers.
For the Trailblazers, Lillard and Matthews pair up in the backcourt. Aldridge and Lopez are down low. And it's Batum in at the small forward position. And it's Wennington in for Utah.
Well, you have to give all the credit in the world to this young man. He fought his way onto the roster, and now he'll be signed with them the rest of the way.
You know, it's nerve-wracking to be on a 10-day contract, but he just kept his head down and worked and was rewarded with the contract.
And Portland, one of the smaller markets. Got the weather situation, a little bit rainy up there. Not a top free agent destination, but great history.
Yeah, and for some players, it can really connect and click for them. You know, Damian Lillard said that Portland just fits him. It feels like home. And Robin Lopez said, hey, I'm a little bit weird myself. So for players with a bit of renegade or a different approach in their DNA, they fit right in, man.
LA's shooting number has been dipping lately, but he's been doing what he can, Clark, to get things trending back the other way.
Well, you know, Kevin, the coach suggested he come in before the game for extra shoot-around time, and he did that before this one. We'll see if it pays off for him.
Well, you hear about guys taking an initiative to get back on track, and apparently he listened to a teammate and he's worked on his shot.
And you know, when a teammate is willing to be there with you, it makes all the difference in the world. I mean, it really does give you some confidence. Going through a cold spell is hard to deal with, and it's good to hear that encouraging word from your teammate.
Were you that kind of player? Would you encourage guys?
Always trying to find the positive.
Batum passes to Lillard. Shot clock at 6. Damian Lillard, drafted with the 6th pick back in 2011. That pick, guys, acquired from the Nets in an exchange for Gerald Wallace. Steve, that's a pretty good trade for the Blazers.
Yeah, well, remember the Nets were in win-now mode. They were trying to keep Darren Williams happy, so they felt like the trade for Wallace would do that. The Blazers, in turn, I mean, they were rebuilding, and so they found the perfect deal at the right time and ended up drafting the future Rookie of the Year.
And Portland making a change here. Chris Kaman is checked in for Lopez. Thomas Robinson comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. White, he's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Wesley Matthews. The pass to McCollum. The kick out to Wright. And he's good on the three ball. Wright's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Jazz trail by 9. Here's the screen. Here's the professor. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
Really tough to get that shot off with the size differential there. That's not an individual matchup he's going to win every time, especially in the post.
Very well done. I didn't think he had any business operating down there with the big fellas. You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range right at the rim.
And I would continue to do it. You know, force the defense to maybe send a double team. Now you've got other options to work with offensively.
Coming up next Monday, February 23rd, Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs take on Gordon Hayward and the Utah Jazz. Be there.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And from Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
And I thought the defense was key here for this club. They really tightened up and made it difficult on their opponent.
How about the help on the drives and rotations? I mean, they've really been in sync as a unit.
Ends up going with the new group. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Lopez, he's checked in for Kaman. Aldridge comes in for Thomas Robinson. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Darrell Wright. And Wesley Matthews subbed in for McCullough. Favors plays the 4 with Cantor at the 5. Burks the off guard. With Hayward at the 3. And it's Runnington in at the point. That's the group right now for Utah. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Utah.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
Yeah, and the fact that they're playing well, close to the hoop, finding points in the... I mean, they've got it all going tonight.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Well, thank you, Kevin. There are a lot of questions as to how Dante Exum will develop as a player. He has the skill to be a two-guard, but grew up playing point guard. He would prefer the point, saying that's the position that has gotten him here. That's what I want to be going forward. We'll see if the coaches agree, Kevin.
We'll see how it plays out. Thanks, Doris. Lillard up top. He's coming off an unbelievably high-scoring game. He can fly, can he? He'll make you forget he's a point guard sometimes.
Yeah, when he does decide to attack the basket, Kevin, he can do it with the best of them.
And this is the time to attack with these two teams locked in such a close game.
And Matthews kicks to Lillard. 54 seconds left here in the second. From 11 feet away. Second chance shot. Then deep. Aldridge drops it in. Aldridge has got 14.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
I'd like to see them go 2 for 1 here.
I would too. They need to make this a quick possession and a fruitful one too.
Here's Wennington. By Lillard. And once more he gets it. Another. From the professor.
Nice soft touch to drop that one in.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And Lillard kicks to Matthews. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And the offense just getting right to the rim, but at least they saved the layup with the foul.
That's old school basketball rules. I mean, at the end of the day, no easy layup. Earn it from the line.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Well, at 89%, he is. Has established himself as one of the league's best from the stripe.
And guys, I think that's a tribute to his work ethic. I mean, it's not by accident that he's enjoying the success he is at the free throw line.
Both free throws good from Matthews.
He's always been extremely reliable at the line, and today's been no different.
Here's Wennington. He's coming off a 13-point game against Dallas. Hits it from three-point range. The professor's got 12. Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
Yeah, this could be a back and forth game all the way, guys, the way it's being played. This is fun to watch.
The shot is off. Close game as we wrap up the second quarter. Utah out in front, up by 2. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from...
Okay, guys, we got a few minutes here. Let's go over a few things before we get going again. These are...
And now the start of the second half. We'll make substitutions. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. On the court for the Trailblazers. Filling out the wings, it's Matthews and Batum. Thomas Robinson is out there with Terrell Wright. And it's Lillard in at the 1 spot. Batum for 3. Rebound, Utah. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
How important it is to have a strong bench performance. You go out on the road, you can't rely on your starters night in and night out. The reserves have to contribute and help them out.
I think we definitely saw that, Steve, throughout the game. They were really tied together as a team. Didn't make any difference who was out on the floor. You'll take every road game win you can, and they're happy with that one.
And the basket by Lillard.
You know, it seems like when they've gone to him, he's really come through. And that's not something they should get away from. Damian Lillard off to a great start to his NBA career. Year 1, he was the 4th ever unanimous Rookie of the Year. And then year 2, his first All-Star appearance.
Robinson sets a screen for Wright. And it's McCollum in the corner. Lillard outside. And Damian Lillard last season, the first player in NBA history to compete in all 5 major All-Star events.
Well, let's count them off right now, partner. He did the Rising Stars Challenge, the skills event, 3-point shootout, the dunk contest, and he played in the big game on Sunday.
That's a busy weekend.
That's a full weekend, and the young fellow handled himself well in all 5 of them.
And he gets it to go. 14 points for the professor. 1:06 left in the third quarter. McCollum with the ball. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Lillard attacking. Gobert pulls it in. So for the Trailblazers, their last game, a win against the Los Angeles Lakers.
That was no picnic, though, guys. They barely hung on at the end of regulation and finally pulled it out in overtime.
Because of the way they got it done, Steve, that could turn out to be one of their biggest wins of the season. Well, a good one here for the professor. He has 15 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
Yeah, he's got to take his time behind the arc.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Matthews is checked in, and that one's good.
That's been a great day for him, and if you remember, he gave them a huge performance their last time out as well.
Here's Wennington, covered by Lillard. Wennington with the bucket. 29 seconds left here in the third quarter. Now, here's Lillard, defended by Wennington. To the wing right side. Right side. Just 4 to shoot. And the Trailblazers, another 3. Here's Wennington. He's got 17. There's the 3. No good.
Tune in Wednesday, February 25th. Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers take on Gordon Hayward and the Utah Jazz. Hoops action.
Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And so it's...
Well, Derek, first
till you're announced. We've not yet lost all our graces. The hounds will stay in chains. Look upon your greatness and she'll send the call out, send the call out, send the call out.
On the road and hungry for a win against a Western Conference rival, the San Antonio Spurs are ready for this one to get started. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. Going to bring you the NBA right here on 2K Sports. Here in Utah, it's another home game for the Jazz. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Pass to Bellinelli. The dish to Ginobili. Ginobili left side. Here's Splitter, and the basket good. Splitter's got his second bucket of the night.
Steve, they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass today.
That's impressive, too. Clark's already gotten them a +5 margin in the rebound column.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Gobert, he's checked in for Favors. Exum comes in for Burks. And it's Wennington in for Trey Burke. And San Antonio with the change here, too. Mills is checked in. Here's Ginobili, averaging 14 points a game. Bellinelli passes to Ginobili. 4 on the shot clock. Puts one up from 19. Off the left rim and out.
Manu Ginobili has always been one of my favorite guys to watch and an elite shooting guard on the court. I mean, the issue with him has been health. Last season he missed about a month with a tweaked hamstring, right as the Spurs went on their rodeo road trip.
Ginobili can't get that one to fall. Well, it was the San Antonio Spurs winning their last game against Golden State.
And I think, Kevin, they really showed how important it is to have a strong bench performance. You go out on the road, you can't rely on your starters night in and night out. The reserves have to contribute and help them out.
I think we definitely saw that, Steve, throughout the game. They were really tied together as a team. Didn't make any difference who was out on the floor. You'll take every road game win you can, and they're happy with that one. They've been strong here in the early going, Kevin. Very effective from inside.
Trevor Booker, he's checked in now for Wennington. Bonner, he's checked in for the Spurs. Joseph. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in this second quarter of play. On the floor for San Antonio. In the backcourt, Parker and Ginobili. Leonard the 3 and Diaw the 4. And it's Splitter in at the 5 down low. Wennington with the bucket.
Nice soft touch to drop that one in.
Parker outside. Ginobili gets a wide open look. And it's good on the assist by Parker. That's 7 points for Manu Ginobili. Burke with it. He had 13 points in the win against Portland.
You know what was great, too, Kevin, was the way he balanced getting his own shots and making plays for others. And he's starting to pick things up here after a tough first quarter.
San Antonio leading by 21. And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Boris Diaw grew up idolizing Magic Johnson and obsessed with passing. And close friend Tony Parker said he didn't care about stats. He was always so unselfish. After being waived by Charlotte for refusing to score more points, Diaw has found a fit with the Spurs. He said, quote, "It was always the team that made the most sense." Kevin?
He had Tony there telling him about their philosophy, Doris. What a great run. What a great run. Thank you. Leonard attacking. Good. Leonard's got 11 points in the quarter.
Greg Popovich with 15 straight 50-win seasons as head coach of the San Antonio Spurs. What a remarkable streak of success. And I don't really think folks understand what that level of consistency embodies. He's widely regarded as the best head coach in the NBA, and for good reason. He's the full package as a head coach.
Splitter kicks to Parker. 41 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Jacks up a three, and he gets it to go. Parker's got 7 points in the game. Popovich in the top 5 in coaching win percentage all time.
And he's likely to remain in that lofty company. Kevin, he said he plans to follow Tim Duncan into retirement. Not a bad plan. They pretty much came in together, so might as well go out together. Well, he wasn't fazed at all by the bigger man on him, and on the low block, I thought he might be.
You know, Steve, I thought maybe he'd prefer to bring him out to the perimeter, but whatever works, go to it.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And Leonard gets it to go.
You know, when he's got that kind of a height advantage on the defender, it's just too easy for him to rise up and get the shot off.
Burke kicks to Hayward. And good on the basket. Book it. He's got 7. Here's Parker. Shot no good. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. It's San Antonio just dominating this one. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. Coach Popovich, a strong first half for you. Was the up-tempo pace part of the game plan?
Well, we've upped the pace. It's what we need to do because we're not as good a defensive team as we used to.
All right, let's get our heads on straight. This is not what these people came to...
Well, we're getting back to the action. Gobert, he's checked in for Cantor. Trevor Booker comes in for Derek Favors. And it's Exum in for Burke. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Boris Diaz checked in for Splitter. Bellinelli comes in for Leonard. Corey Joseph's checked in for Manu Ginobili. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. Burke's the off guard with Hayward at the 3. Trevor Booker is out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's in at the point. That's the group right now for Utah. The Jazz making a switch here. Wennington's checked in.
Well, it's absolutely incredible when you look at Tim Duncan and see the impact he continues to have on games at his current age. I mean, he looks much as he did early in his career. His game has really withstood the test of time, and I think it's partly due to his conditioning, but his IQ is a big factor, and his game has always been one that's been anchored in fundamentals and staying close to the ground.
Now here's Hayward. He's tightly guarded. Let's go. They grabbed their own miss.
Boy, what a throwdown after doing a great job to corral the rebound.
Well, you know, there aren't that many players with a better nose for the ball than him.
Agreed.
And with the D always scattered after an offensive rebound, he knows exactly how to get that to work for him.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Well, when you think of the great playmakers in league history, John Stockton per game averaged double-digit dimes. Think of this. For his career, 15,806 career assists. A record you knew right off would stand for a very long time.
And he wasn't really a flashy passer like a lot of the great playmakers you think of, but just always in control. Kind of an old school game, but one that was tremendously successful over the course of his almost 2 decades with the Utah Jazz.
Mills. Novak grabs the board.
Had a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing the miss.
Here's the professor. Booker the pass to Wennington. He kicks it to Booker. San Antonio with the rebound. Duncan's got 8 rebounds in this game. Duncan, a screen. Mills dishes to Duncan. Pass to Bellinelli. Novak grabs the board. Novak's got 5 rebounds tonight. There's the professor. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that. Now the feed to Mills. No one near him. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Well, it's plays like that. Hustle plays on the glass and then staying with it, being active. It really caused some problems for that defense.
And as we conclude the 3rd quarter, pretty much.
Tune in this Wednesday night, February 25th. Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers take on Gordon Hayward and the Utah Jazz. Do not miss it.
Back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight. Our state Utah ends up going with the new group. And the Spurs with some changes. On the court for San Antonio, Ginobili and Leonard on the wings. Splitter is out there with Boris Diaw, and it's Parker in at the 1 spot. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2.
Just another outstanding play down low. These teams couldn't be farther apart in their effectiveness in the paint today.
Yeah, that's right. It's been all good at one end, and we'll try to be diplomatic here and just say not so good at the other.
Splitter kicks to Parker. Shoots from 12. Another shot, and the basket by Diaw.
Boy, they've really dominated on the glass, and of course they've done a lot of good things here tonight, but the rebounds have played a major factor.
Hey, Steve, you know rebounding always one of the key barometers in determining the victor.
Now, toughness, such a key part of playing in the NBA. And a lot of times people associate that word with physical toughness, but sometimes it's just mental toughness as well. You know, trying to play through injuries, just focusing through adversity, overcoming a shooting slump, being able to play under pressure. I mean, that's all part of being a tough player.
That's good. And it's 13 points for Tony Parker.
His shooting's been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons his team is up in this game.
Favors passes to Wennington. The three-pointer is right on target. We talk about toughness, physical toughness, mental toughness, really the cornerstone of being, Clark, respected in this league.
And I think sometimes guys get mixed up about toughness. It's making tough plays at tough times. It's not always necessarily how physical you can be. I like what Steve said, the ability to block out distraction and execute in the biggest moments, that's toughness.
Utah has gotten just 1 of 4 three-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Puts up a 3, and the Jazz another 3.
The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the three-point variety.
Yeah, and unless they make some rotations and closeouts defensively, there's more to come, Clark.
Leonard dishes to Splitter. Parker drives in. Gobert with the block. And the Jazz pushing it up now. Burks leading the charge. They get it again.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at him.
Leonard on the wing. Defended by Hayward. Feeds to Diaw. No luck, so Utah will take it the other way. 1:22 left in the fourth quarter of this one.
And we head to the final buzzer in a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance. This will go in the books as a really gaudy win for the Spurs.
You know, Clark, their big advantage was points in the paint.
Well, they pounded that ball inside, Kevin, and operated down low. It worked for them consistently.
And so when you look at the season record, this one will tally up win number 43 on the year.
I think you'd have to be impressed with the total command they showed throughout the season series. I mean, winning this final game and pitching a 3-0 shutout for the year against the Jazz.
Well, you look back at this one, and what an amazing performance this has been for Parker. He just looked like an orchestrator out there, keeping his teammates involved, running to the open spots. I mean, he would constantly find them more often than not.
Ginobili up top. Splitter kicks to Leonard. That's good.
And the crowd here, of course, not happy about the outcome. But you know what? We saw a team tonight that came in prepared to do battle on the road, and they clearly wanted the win.
You know, they were determined to steal this game, and they showed it, Steve. Played harder and got the job done.
The first one falls. Trevor Booker, he's checked in now for the Jazz. San Antonio also making some changes. Matt Bonner, he's checked in for Splitter. Bellinelli comes in for Manu Ginobili. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Parker. The clock now can just run out for the Spurs. Now here's Joseph. And the professor picks up the foul. That's
dialed in from long range. I like it.
Just took it out on
Dante Exum.
and so it.
Guys, I'm here with Tony.
Yo, what was going on tonight? I'm running free all over the court and you didn't give me the rock.
Man, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about making sure I get my touches, yo. Move the basketball, share with your teammates, make the extra pass so that we get easy looks. Got it?
You might be right, man. I probably did have a little tunnel vision out there tonight. Next game, I'll make sure I share the ball more with you, all right? Cool?
Cool.
Yo, so what's up? It's not every day that you in the hood.
Just wanted to drop a little knowledge your way. We're in an exclusive club. A lot of people think the NBA life is easy, but I know different. There are ups and downs, pressure most people got no clue about. Wanted to make sure you're dealing okay.
Oh yeah, man, I'm good.
All right, because if I've learned anything, it's that you have to tune out all the noise, from the press, the fans, the so-called expert. Only thing that matters is what happens between the lines. Do the work, listen to the coaches, and the results will take care of themselves. Because at the end of the day, it's not about the money, the nice hotels, the private jets. Remember that,
man,
and you'll be fine,
I get that.
all right?
We straight.
What you say? We get out early, get some extra shooting in.
Hey, is that obvious, huh?
Everyone struggles with their shot sometime, man. Nothing to trip about. Just gotta get back to work is all. So what you think?
Cool. I can use all the help I can get. I gotta do something different. You ready now?
Cool. That's some good work right there. You're going to see a difference tonight. Hope the scoreboard operator is ready, because we're going to be lighting it up all game long. Let's do this.
Hey, I hear that.
The Utah Jazz have a Western Conference contest on their hands as they prepare to defend the home court at the Energy Solutions Arena here in downtown Salt Lake City, Utah. And here it comes, the NBA on 2K Sports for myself, Kevin Harlan, and my broadcast partners, Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. Welcome, everyone. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Well, we all know the Lakers in transition. Ownership passed down to the next generation in early 2013. And for the first time in L.A., Clark, a bit of uncertainty in that leadership situation.
Yep, a few cracks starting to show their partner, Laker great Magic Johnson, airing his concerns with some of the decision-making. Disharmony, not quite sure of who's going to run things, and injuries as well. Just a lot didn't go the way the Lakers had hoped or wanted it to.
For the Jazz. For Favors, Trevor Booker comes in for Gordon Hayward. And it's Wennington in for Trey Burke. And then for the Lakers, Randall's checked in for Hill. Davis comes in for Boozer. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Nash. Randall no good.
And when you look at the Lakers, they say that second-generation businesses have a high failure rate. Only time will tell if they can continue the remarkable winning streak this team has enjoyed through the years.
Kobe, the pass to Davis. Back to Johnson. Davis setting the pick for Johnson. Here's Randall. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Randall's got his first 2 points. Jazz trail by 8.
And, you know, for the Lakers with the harder cap, they can't outspend like they used to. With the internet, players like Durant don't need to be in a big market to get exposure like it was in days past. So the Lakers will need to outsmart other teams to continue their success.
Lin kicks to Johnson. Randall with the ball, averaging 10 points per contest. And he gets the bucket. Randall's got his second basket of the game.
They've worked hard and created great chances for themselves in this opening quarter.
Well, if they can match that effort at the defensive end, look out.
The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
Well, he's not the best athlete on the squad, but he had the room he needed, and he took advantage.
Xavier Henry, he's checked in for the Lakers. Lakers leading by 5. Outside, Lin. The dish to Randall. Lynn kicks to Henry. Shot clock at 6. Utah with the rebound. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
And it wasn't just bad shooting. They weren't getting good looks. The offense wasn't clicking. No ball movement. Very stagnant performance.
Oh, he put it down!
It accounts.
What a shot! Group. A big group substitution here for the Lakers. Randall's checked in for Hill. Ryan Kelly comes in for Boozer. Wesley Johnson's checked in for Nick Young. And Kobe is subbed in for Xavier Henry. Pennington in at point guard. Trevor Booker is out there with Steve Novak. And it's Rudy Gobert. And it's Exum in at the shooting guard position. That's the group right now for Utah.
Fantastic pass. He turned that one into a pretty easy basket for his teammate.
Who could forget Jeremy Lin's dynamic and dramatic emergence with the Knicks back in early 2012. He went from an end-of-the-bench type player struggling just to stay Clark in the league to a national storyline in a matter of weeks.
Yeah, it was insanity for sure. I mean, and his play has settled to where he's a quality rotation player now. And quite honestly, I think he's more comfortable not having to be a media fixture like he was during that Linsanity phase. I think he's much more understated and doesn't really enjoy the spotlight, and this is much more comfortable for him where he is now.
14 feet away, and Bryant kicks to Johnson. That's good, and it's Kobe with the assist. Johnson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
Here's Wennington, defended by Lynn. The Lakers with the rebound. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
And I think everybody who was at that game would agree it was their defense that really won it for them.
Yeah, they were all over the place, flying all over the court on deep. The kind of hustle that pays off big time for you. Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
And the first half.
Okay, let's get it together, guys. We're not that far out of it, and it's not going to take much.
And now the third quarter about to get going. Lakers. Davis comes in for Boozer, and it's Henry in for Steve Nash. Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Hill. Bryant is out there with Xavier Henry. Then it's Young, and it's Davis in at power forward. Davis setting the pick for Kobe. In low to Davis. He got right to the cup using that screen. And the Lakers lead by 12.
Very well executed pick to give all kinds of space to get that one off.
A different look for Utah. Novak's checked in, and it's Wennington in for Burke. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Lynn's checked in. Kicks it to Burks. Pass to Wennington. From deep, and he gets it to go. The Professor's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Jazz. When you struggle, you do everything you can to get back on track, and Clark, his teammates, joined him in a pregame shoot-around before this one.
Well, I think that's really, Kevin, an example of two players doing everything they can to make sure that they don't fall into the habit of being satisfied or complacent with their game. You've got to really applaud and respect that.
And his old high school coach is an attendee at today's game, Clark. I believe they still stay in close contact, even though he's now in the NBA.
And, you know, you always have to keep perspective by remembering where you came from, no matter what you're doing, but certainly in the NBA. And it's nice to see that he does that by still staying in touch with his old coach.
And after the game, it was said he was in a heated discussion with a teammate. Not sure exactly what the topic was, but it might have been ball movement.
I would guess that one of them was unhappy with what he perceived as a look-off. That's when a guy acts like he sees you, but he doesn't. Whatever it was, you would hope that those two would be able to get it sorted out in private.
And a chance here to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Kobe Bryant certainly had a unique childhood, spending time in Italy where his father played professional basketball. Kobe said, once I moved overseas, the game of basketball became my refuge. I developed a passion and relationship with the game. My grandfather used to tape games and mail them to me. It was special just to sit down and watch the game. Gentlemen, over to you.
He's always had that passion. Thanks, Doris. Here's Lynn. Goes back up. He takes it up and lays it in. Davis has got 4 points in the quarter.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. Defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Yeah, they're getting exposed right now.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. The shot. Hill pulls it in.
You know, he's so confident, sometimes to a fault, and that showed right there. That's a bad shot.
Exactly. I mean, that's self-inflicted damage right there. There are a lot better options than what he took.
Shot's good from Young. 8 seconds left in the third. It's stolen. Henry. No good.
This Saturday, February 28th, the Milwaukee Bucks go up against Derek Favors and the Utah Jazz. Live.
And a quick look now at the assist. Huntington comes in for Burke, and then for Los Angeles, Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Boozer. Young comes in for Wesley Johnson. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Bryant.
Well, what we saw here tonight is one team just had everything going for it, and the other didn't. Huge margin of victory for the Lakers.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, Clark, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Well, it's more than luck, Kevin. I think the shot selection was good, too.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season.
With the victory tonight, they'll take the second game just as they took the first between these two teams, moving their record to 2-0 with 1 game left against the Jazz.
Beyond the actual result of this game, I think fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Bryant. You look at the energy he brought on both ends of the floor, and it's easy to see he was a difference maker.
Lennington, he's in a point guard. Rudy Gobert is out there with Trevor Booker. Then it's Exum, and it's Hood in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz.
And the crowd here, of course, not happy about the outcome. But you know what? We saw a team tonight that came in prepared to do battle on the road, and they clearly wanted the win.
They were determined to steal this game, and they showed it, Steve. Played harder and got the job done.
Here is Nash. And so it's the...
Kevin, I'm here with Steve.
Hey, Coach was shaking, baby.
Too many of these old bones.
Hey, so what'd you think?
I think I was lucky to coach you as a high school player. You are a natural.
Hey, thanks, Coach, but I had a really great teacher.
Oh.
I gotta get to the locker room. It's good seeing you, all right?
All right, I can't wait to see you.
All right, man.
Good job.
Thank you.